Welcome, everyone. You're here on a very special day. It's our contemplative service, and it's meant to fortify us within so we may shine out. So, thank you for coming. My name is Shari Humes, and I'm your service assistant today. We have a really nice musical ministry for you today, and we have Kathy and Larry playing, and then we have Debra, who graced us with her voice earlier here. Thank you. Today, Reverend Frank Castro-Wehr is here, and he's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on.
So today is this whole month we've been practicing the principle of letting go, letting be and allowing. So we kind of end on that theme, but it's kind of fun because we have this letting go and we also have this theme of Thanksgiving. Are those two related? Ooh, oh yeah, which we'll practice and explore today. A quick thing, I want to do the announcements first, so at the end of service we can just sort of end on our in our contemplative space. A couple things, maybe many of you know, there's a weekend where we decorate the Christmas trees. So during the week, we have some volunteers like Ed, thank you, and maybe others who were going to bring all the trees down from upstairs. So if you'd like, next Sunday, hang out for a little bit, pick a tree, pick some friends, and decorate it. However you want. Yeah, I mean, have some fun. And if you haven't before, if you have a ornament you'd like to share, you can bring that too. And then you have something that's uniquely yours on one of the trees in the sanctuary. Along with that, you'll notice in the bulletin there's the annual toy drive. So if you're like me and you want your chance to go down and get a bunch of toys and spoil some kids, here's your opportunity. And then you can bring them in over the next few weeks and leave them under the tree, and we'll get them to children who may need some extra gifts for Christmas. The rest of the announcements are in your bulletin. You can look at the back. It's got the schedule for the holidays that are coming up. Christmas Carol, the Advent season, Loss and Light. You can look at it and maybe start putting those on your calendar. And one final note is, it's just a note of, since it's a day of gratitude, thank you, Rosemary. I love the snacks. I like it when you have hummus too. I mean, and no problem with cookies. Anyhow, if anyone wants to join with Rosemary as far as after service, many of you have. So thank you for all of you who have stopped by, hung out after and put away some dishes or brought some food before, but thank you for that ministry. And anyone who wants to jump in and have some fun, maybe a week, a month, you're more than welcome. Okay.
Stay within the beauty. So let us gather in the silence to join in unity as we begin to pray. We are each a sparkle of light and collectively create a brighter world as we pray together. In every thought, every experience, every feeling is the one presence, the one gentle power that waits patiently to hear our heart's desires. Dear Spirit Divine, may we each be a reflection of peace, compassion, love, and patience. May we each reflect your loving, gentle presence in our words and actions. We ask that all who travel for the holidays arrive on time and safely. We ask that no one person goes hungry or feels lonely. These wishes we hold in our hearts and co-create with you. If you would like to bless someone in your life, at this time, feel free to say their name aloud and know that it is heard. And so it is. Amen.
Now let's sink into this time of meditation, if you will. Just settle a little deeper into your chair and rest your feet softly on the floor. Let the chair support your back, support your whole body. Perhaps let your shoulders relax a little, your jaw. Just relax a little more. Let your whole body soften. Let your breath arrive exactly as it wishes. And as you breathe, notice that each inhale, it comes without effort. This breath makes no judgment as to your worthiness. It doesn't ask if you've earned it. It just arrives to you as a gift freely given. You simply receive it. This is your first thanksgiving. Thank you for this breath. Allow each breath and each moment to be just as it is. Allow your body to be just as it is. Allow your feelings, just allow them to be just as they are. Thoughts passing like clouds in the sky. Your heart now, may your heart now be at peace. In this present moment, there is nothing to fix. There is nothing to get right. We have nothing to prove. So simply whisper inwardly, I allow this moment. I receive this moment, this present moment, and let your breath carry that openness inside you. And as you breathe in, bring to mind something in your life that is easy to be grateful for. A person, a place, a joy, a kindness. Let gratitude rise gently like warmth in your chest. Let it fill you, not as a demand, but simply as a gift. And as you're ready, bring to mind something a little more difficult, something unfinished, uncertain, or even painful. No one's asking anyone to like it, only to see it, to acknowledge it, to meet it. Let your breath surround it with spaciousness. Hold this prayer in your heart as you're able. Thank you for what is. May this too teach me. Thank you for what I do not yet understand. Feel how this gratitude softens the edges of resistance. And now follow your breath out. Let each exhale be a small release of tension in your jaw, of tightness in your shoulders, of the burden of trying to control more than you can. And with each breath out, say inwardly, I let go. I release my grip. I let go of a story that insists that life must unfold just the way I think it should. I let go of the pressure to carry what is not mine to carry. Notice that in letting go, there is no loss. There is only making more space. And rest now in this quiet that arises when we stop resisting and stop clinging. And whisper to yourself one last time, thank you. I allow. I let go. there's a fascinating balance, a harmony that has to do with giving and receiving. And we talk about this often enough. But here's an experiment. And just where you're sitting, if you want to take your left hand and hold it out, maybe open-ended, and then put your right hand down like this. And then maybe reach out. If you're someone sitting next to you, you can hold your hand out to someone next to you and feel the energy that's being shared. And with your left hand out, you can imagine giving. And with your right hand, you can imagine I'm receiving. And then you get in this energetic flow. Now, with your hands in the same posture, do this. Just put them up and make a fist. What do you feel? Try this. Now, just with right hand fisted, but your left hand open. And then go back and make the connection. Still, it's not flowing, is it? And now put your right hand down again. And then you feel the connection being made once again. This energetic flow of giving and receiving that connects us and puts us in this flow and puts us in this harmonious, energetic, vibratory reality of our good and of the truth of the universe. That's why it works so well, because it's the nature of being that we both receive and we give. And so when we receive, we say, thanks. And then we put our hand up, we go, I'm giving. You get it? Thanks, giving. And it's interesting that this holiday, it's like we're going to be in thanks, but there's also the other part of it. There's the connecting the flow. If we have a celebration of being grateful, but we go, yep, just we're grateful, and that's all there is to it, there's not a flow there. And the whole Thanksgiving is not only we're being grateful, but it's this energy of how we stay in the flow. There's a brother, this Benedictine, Jay Scott told me about this person in our Soul of Money class. We closed our class by discussing different websites and different organizations and what they do. And he introduced us to some work that Brother David Stendelrost is doing. Many of you know him. He's been around for a while, reading his stuff. But he started a website. This is really amazing. It's called gratitude.org. Tough to remember. He has a very simple 3-step process, which I thought was somewhat profound. I watched his TED Talk. He has this whole revolution of this very simple thing that's called stop, look, go. Almost like, you're teaching your kids to cross the street, stop, look, okay, now you can go. Easy to remember. And what he says is it encourages us, and I've been practicing this since J. Scott told us about this, is at any moment, like at this moment right now, just stop. And this is something we do all throughout the day. We could do all throughout the day. Not saying I'm there yet. Stop. Just take a moment and say, I'm so busy being in my head of action, it's like taking a moment to be the witness consciousness of our experience. Just stop. It's what's going on? And the second part is to look. And this is the part where the gratitude comes in. There's this beautiful line, and Paul writes this in one of the chapters, the Thessalonians book. He says, rejoice always, rejoice always, and just be grateful in all circumstances. Be grateful in all things. And I thought about that, and I thought, there's some things I'm just not that grateful for. But what I love about David Stendelross in this book is he says, if we experience cruelty, we're not grateful for that. If we experience or see something in the world that's violent, there's no need to be grateful for that. If we things that are off and disparaging and discouraging and working against our understanding of our own experience of the highest and the best and the good. We do not need to be grateful for that. But what he says is, in noticing, we can say, yeah, not that, but I'm going to take a softer look, and around all of it, there is so much I can be grateful for. There's so much I can be grateful for. And in that gratitude, in holding that space of gratitude, it's bigger, it's larger, it's more profound than that piece in the middle. In many ways, I know we've talked about this a bunch, is let's, instead of saying in the anger about things, can we look at the vision? Can we ideate what it is we want to bring into the world, what our passion is, what we're excited about, what our vision is, and let that guide our energy as opposed to getting stuck in what's, that burr in our saddle. It's not to ignore or make light of things that are discouraging, any violence, cruelty, mean-spiritedness. Yeah, we see it, we acknowledge it, but we let our gratitude move on around it. I'll give you an example. Well, let me finish the go, and then I'll give you some examples. The go is, so now we've received the gratitude. I'm going to be in gratitude. Now, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Go. Stop. Look. Take it in. Gratitude, and go. And when we take it in, we go, what's the opportunity here? Instead of going, what's the problem? What's the opportunity here? What has this opened up so that I can move into a higher response than the low energy problem that's facing me? I've really leaned into this. You know me, part of what I'm grateful for, what I'm excited about, what I think is fascinating to be alive right now in 2025, is there's sort of a revolution, a new revolution on how to be human on planet Earth. In many ways, one way that tickles me to no end is kind of a green revolution. The new technologies that are coming online to live life in an energy future that is outside of carbon and fossil fuels and what we're doing to the planet and climate change, the new things that we're discovering. I say we discovering, the new things that the divine is going, hey, how about this? Hey, how about this? Hey, you want to look at this? If we can stop and listen to the gifts of the potential for living in an entirely new way, an economic way, a peaceful way, a way in balance with nature, and I get excited. And I equally get very frustrated and mad when people push against that vision and go, no. Let's just throw more carbon. Let's use the atmosphere as a waste receptacle for too much of what isn't going to be there, that doesn't work for sustainability and for harmony, for humanity and life as we know it on planet Earth. So I can get mad about that, and I do. And I can get mad about that. Or I can say, how am I grateful for what is showing up? The new technologies, the new things that are coming out of the labs, the new sciences. And so I read sites all the time, Eco Good News and the Good News website and all the stuff that's just churning, and I get really excited. This is good. And then what can I do to be part of that? Soul of money. Let our souls go to what is our vision, what's excited for us. Do that. Well, that's my little example. That's a big example. But you can break this down into something smaller, like stop. I notice that I have these feelings about, something I'm dealing with physically, and I can stop and I can see that and I can go, that's a problem. But I'm going to see gratitude in a bigger way, in a soft way, not to deny any physical challenge that I'm having, but how can I soften that and say, and I'm also grateful for all these other things showing up in my life? Because the gratitude brings emotional health, psychological health, physical health, less stress, more energy to move forward into what I want to do to bring the highest and the best into my life and into my family, into those around me. Gratitude releases the energy that sometimes fear and anxiety binds up. Gratitude opens the door and allows our energy to flow. So then we can go. Then we can go. So our ritual today, you'll notice we have 2 baskets, and everybody should have gotten a bulletin and a leaf and a pen. Correct? Everybody got a leaf and a pen? Does anybody need a leaf and a pen? Yeah. And what we're going to do is I'm going to turn on, there's plenty of music and there's plenty of time. And let's just say to sit in the energy of this experience. And just briefly, we're going to do a stop. When I start the music, just stop and notice what's coming up. And then look at it and say, here's maybe a concern, or maybe you just want to go right to gratitude. Here's what I'm so thankful for. But use this work to say, here's a concern, but with that, I'm grateful for all these things in my life that are going on right now. And then once you've gotten a sense of that, what you're grateful for, see what rises up. Because I'm grateful for this, then flip the leaf over and you do go. Here's one little thing I can do. It might be a simple little thing like, I'm going to dedicate 5 minutes a day to pray for that situation. I'm going to read something about it. I'm going to learn something about that. I'm going to start a practice. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to buy something. I'm going to install something. I'm going to be creative. In whatever way, use your creativity. One side of the leaf is this gratitude that rises above any situation and circumstance, and the other side of the leaf is one thing you can do about it. So it'll take about 5 minutes, and then I'll make an announcement. And then when you're ready, you can come and put your leaf. By the way, the leaves, Debra made these leaves. They're made of a rice paper. They'll disintegrate out in the woods, so you know where they're going to end up.